fans, this is Joe Hennis from toughpigs.com. We have a special treat for you. We're going to try to start a new video series of conversations with Muppet Friends, and we're calling it Conversations with Muppet Friends, apparently. Today, we are talking with David Beukema, who has been a member of the Tough Pigs Forum since like the earliest of early days.
Yeah.
And we've been friends for many, many years. And you're also just an expert on all things Muppet Show. So it's a pleasure to have you here, David. Hello.
My pleasure to be here. It's a good time to talk about the Muppet Show because we've got just a little over 2 weeks before it drops on Disney Plus.
That's right. Or less, depending on when I post this video. But it's definitely it's
Well, that's
coming.
true.
It's coming soon, February
From,
19th.
from this recording.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you and I have been talking a lot about the Muppet Show lately because, well, first of all, you've said many times to me in the past about how the Muppet Show is like the be-all, end-all, greatest thing the Muppets have ever done. Can you expand on that? Why
Yeah,
the Muppet
and
Show?
it's sort of right. Well, it's people sort of laugh when I say it, but I feel like it's almost like a cornerstone of my worldview. I'm an actor, and I think I decided to get into performing because of the Muppet Show, um, and it was just a complete masterclass in 20th century entertainment. All of the guest stars that they had on there, all of the songs, everything like that, and I think for them to have created 120 like total gems. I mean, there are a few iffy episodes. I'm looking at you, Spike Milligan, but um, it's just a remarkable achievement, and the amount of technical craft that had to go into every episode, and the innovation and the imagination, and so Jim Henson did so much in his too short life, but I feel like the Muppet Show is in a way the most amazing because it's so consistent for so long and so varied that when I think of Jim Henson and the Muppets, that's I think their true legacy.
Yeah, I completely agree, 100%.
Mhm.
Um, so I wanted you to join me for this conversation, not just because you're a big fan of the Muppet Show. I mean, I think there's a lot of people who are watching this who are huge Muppet Show fans and are super jazzed about the Disney Plus release. But you kind of have like this superpower,
I
and
do.
we've talked about this in person, and I've never been able to actually test you because your superpower. Well, why don't you explain for everyone watching this?
Well,
You.
my superpower is that I just know the episodes of the Muppet Show so well that if you play a clip, excuse me, warming up the old voice this morning. I've been out of work as an actor for so long that
Your instrument, yeah.
my craft is falling apart.
You need one of those
Yes,
like
the
the
gift, as
the
I
the
call it,
perfume
the
bottle
voice.
thing that spray in your mouth like they do in the movies.
Oh, I've never actually seen anyone do that, but yeah, I feel like actually some guest stars on the Muppet Show do that, and I was like, what
Yeah,
the
I'm
hell are
sure
they
you're right.
doing? Spraying perfume. But anyway, my superpower is that if you play a clip of the Muppet Show, most times there's sort of like a reflexive response where I'll say Gilda Radner episode, like those old Muppet Show Playhouse videos where they stitch together a bunch of songs and sketches from different episodes. I would just watch those as a kid and just say as each episode came up, Diana Ross, Johnny Cash, Judy Collins, And I don't know why, and I don't know how it is all stuck in my head. I have often said that my brain is where things go to die. If nobody needs it, if it's on its last legs, if it's useless, it's up here. So,
Well, so like I said, you've mentioned this to me in person before in conversations, but I've never been able to test it. We would, call out an episode and you would tell me what the opening number is, and we would just have to take your word for it because, this was
I
years ago. It was
couldn't
before we had
remind
like
you.
the
That's
wiki on
right.
our phones. But it always seemed very impressive. And so now we're here, we're on a video, live
Mhm.
video chat that I also have in front of me a button that the Muppet Wiki folks have created to give me a random Muppet Show episode.
Okay.
So there's no, I didn't prep any of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the button and it's going to generate a random episode of the Muppet Show. And for the first stage of this, I want you to tell me the opening number.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. First episode, Florence Henderson.
Oh, well, that's an episode that doesn't have a song for an opening number. It's the Bouncing Borsellino Brothers, the pig, uh, like human pyramid. Well, not human,
Yeah,
pig pyramid. And then they are scattered throughout the rest of the episode, uh, sort of as a running gag.
that is 100% correct. They attempt their El Piramido act,
Mhm.
apparently, according to the wiki. Correct. That's correct. It's one correct for you. Let's go with
One for one.
number two is going to be Lou Rawls. Great episode.
Yes, and that's one of the episodes that the guest star does the opening number. He does Groovy People with the trio of backup singers that I believe they call the Sleazy Brothers.
According to the wiki, well, there's four of them, and they are called the Sleaze Brothers.
Sleaze Brothers.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct. And I've always wondered about this one because there's a line in the song where he says, "I don't like nosy people," and I feel like the noses on these characters are large, so that might be a
Mhm.
reference, but not so large that it's definitely a reference.
Right. Or that it's, inappropriate somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, number three.
Okay.
You're doing great so far.
No, no, no.
Mac Davis.
Oh, Mac Davis. Oh, that's one of my favorites. That's another open and another show.
Oh, it's
It's
maybe the greatest opening number of the whole
I know.
series.
Well, it's like right in the title. It's an opening number, and each main performer gets one character. It's Fozzie, New Zealand, Link, Scooter, Gonzo, and Rizzo,
That's right.
and they're trying to get through the opening number. And Beauregard and Beaker are messing everything up with the flies and the scenery, and yeah, I love that number.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Yeah.
I'm glad we clicked on that one.
Okay, good.
All right, here's another season 5 episode. This one has not been commercially released in any way, to my knowledge. This is Gladys Knight.
That is Night and Day. That's the archaeologists going into an Egyptian tomb, and the sarcophagi and the mummy, including Gonzo as a mummy with his nose all wrapped, start singing Cole Porter's Night and Day.
Yeah, perfect. Nailed it. All right, let's do one more opening number and then
Okay.
we'll move on. Another season 5 episode. This is Chris Langham.
Chris Langham. Oh, that one's a little tougher because that's a pretty obscure episode.
It is a very obscure episode. Another one that has not yet been released. Hopefully, we'll be seeing it on Disney Plus very soon.
Oh, it's another Cole Porter song. It's Friendship.
It
It's
is.
it's Kermit and Robin and the Whales, and they made a like a children's book basically of that opening number, The Whale Tale, which I have somewhere down there.
Yeah, it's a great book. Beautifully illustrated.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. Great work. So, as many people know, every episode also has a UK spot that only aired in the UK. And you have claimed to me to know every UK spot as well.
I maybe should not have made that claim, but I
Okay,
know many of them. This this I feel it might work better in reverse
for
if
sure.
you say what the UK spot is and I try to like name the episode.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
What
Well,
what whatever you think.
let's try it both ways.
Okay.
Let's try it both ways. So this one is uh Gonzo dances with Yolanda. Is
Oh, well, that's the Steve Martin episode,
yes.
the dancing cheese,
Yes.
which which I first saw on the Playhouse compilation Gonzo Presents Muppet Weird Stuff. And I was like, what is this weird episode where they're standing in the house of the Muppet Theater. It's not even on stage for all of it. That was before I'd seen the Steve Martin episode proper.
Mm, interesting. Yeah, most people it's the other way around.
Yeah.
All right, how about which episode has "Life Gets Tejas," don't it?
Kay Ballard.
That is Kay Ballard.
And yeah.
That was one of my least favorite UK spots. I hate it.
Yeah, it not much happens and it's tedious.
Well, it's there's like I recently was doing some research in some of the original versions of songs that the Muppets have covered, and I found that one, and it's like, oh no, that's just a spoken word thing. That's exactly how it's done in the original version.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't know the original, but
yeah, you don't need to. It is not worth
yeah, okay.
3.5 minutes of your
Cross it
time.
off my list.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, moving right along. That is not your clue. Girlfriend
Muppet
of the
movie. Oh God, we're switching gears.
that yeah. Did you know that moving right along was the UK spot in the Muppet movie? It didn't air here, that's not true.
Oh wow.
All
Yeah,
right,
we didn't get that song in America.
your next UK spot is girlfriend of the whirling dervish.
Um, oh, that's Marty Feldman,
That
isn't
is
it?
Marty
Because
Feldman.
it's yeah, it goes along with the Arabian theme of the whole episode.
Yes, it's true.
I almost said Connie Stevens, but my brain got crosswired because I have a recording of Connie Stevens singing "Girlfriend of the Whirling Dervish"
Hmm.
that I quite like. So
Interesting.
it's all a big soup up here, Joe. I never know what's happening.
You're doing a great. You know exactly what's happening. It's all coming together. Well, let's do one
Sweet.
more UK spot, and then we'll move on.
Right.
This one is "Once in Love with Amy." I would never recognize it from the title.
Yeah, that's Pops and Fozzie. Um,
Correct.
is that? I think that's Melissa Manchester.
It is another episode not
Oh,
released elsewhere. That is Melissa Manchester. All right. So, how is your knowledge on like Pigs in Space, Vets Hospital, Swedish Chef, Muppet Labs, that sort of thing?
Uh, Pigs in Space and Vets Hospital, because they're so similar, that's a
Hmm.
little harder.
Yeah.
Um, Swedish Chef and Muppet Labs, I feel like, are um, distinct enough with each of their uh, segments that that might be easier. But I'll try anything,
Let's
whatever you
try it.
want to do.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna do another batch of random episodes, and I want you to tell me if this has any of those four things I just mentioned. It might be
Okay.
multiple, and if you can remember what that sketch was. So
Okay.
we're gonna start with season 2, Elton John.
Mhm. Elton John does have a Swedish Chef. It's one of the ones where he's trying to do something with a chicken. I think it might be laying an egg,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yep.
and then the chef starts chasing the chicken through the rest of the episode, and that carries on into, I believe, Pigs in Space, doesn't it? Where
Yes. Yeah. You
he
are
cha-
correct.
yeah, he chases the yeah. They say that there's some life forms on the ship, and it turns out to be the Swedish chef chasing the chicken.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. And this one also has a veterinarian's hospital.
Oh, it
Uh,
does.
yep. We happened to pick one that had 3 of the 4.
Oh man. Well,
Um,
I know the Elton John episode is so packed because it's one of only like 4 episodes where the guest star gets to do 4 songs.
yeah.
So I couldn't remember
Yeah.
uh, like how much screen time the Muppets get on their own.
Right. That's a good episode. All right, let's move on to Joan Baez.
Joan Baez, that man, that is an episode that has never been released commercially.
Correct. It
I'm
does have
stalling.
it
I'm
has one
stalling.
of the 4 recurring sketches that we mentioned.
I feel like it has A vet's hospital.
I'm sorry to say it does not have a vet's hospital.
Oh,
Oh, we finally stumped you on one. Yes, Pigs in Space.
it is Pigs in Space. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a blind spot for me.
Yeah. In case anyone's wondering, this is a Pigs in Space where Rizzo shows up wearing a
Oh,
tiny little Pigs in Space uniform.
of
It's great.
course. God, with the yeah, because the rats are trying to take over the show.
Yes, and they take over
Man.
Pigs in Space apparently. All right, let's do one more. It's a classic, and I mean, everyone watching should know this one. It is the stars of Star Wars.
Oh, well, that Star Wars episode has, well, I mean, like the second half of the episode is basically pigs in space.
Yeah.
But I don't think it has any of the other ones.
It does not.
Yeah.
But why don't you tell me what the because it's such a popular episode. What's the opening number? What's the UK spot?
Oh, the opening number is that the shepherd and the sheep, Ramalama Ding Dong?
It is indeed.
And then the UK spot, oh, that I think it's the eel, the when I'm not near the fish I love.
You are
No,
very
no, no,
close. It's not
no,
the
no,
eel.
no.
Yeah,
I got confused. It's the three little fishes.
it is. Three Little Fishies.
Yeah, the
Great episode.
eel is. I feel like the eel is still in that number. Like he's narrating
Oh
the three.
yeah. No, I think you're
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Right, because
but
yeah, there is a narrator
but
for that. It must be the eel.
but coincidentally, we just mentioned Mummenschans, and I believe when I'm not near the fish I love with the eel is the UK spot of the Mummenschans episode. Please check for me.
All right, hang on one second. We're gonna look up Mum and Sean's. Yes, you are correct. When I'm not near the fish I love is the UK spot for the Mum and Sean's episode. Amazing. And as long as we're here,
I
what's
just
the
lucked
opening
out
number?
that both of Mummenschans,
Yeah.
Mr. Baseman.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, yeah.
People are
That was
sleeping
one of
on the
my
Mum and
favorite
Sean's
episodes.
episode. That's a good one.
Oh, the Mummenschans episode was classic. I
Yeah.
love that episode.
All
Yeah.
right, let's just do a few more. I'm going to do exactly what you requested earlier. I'm going to give you a random number, and you tell me
Okay,
what the episode is that we're talking about is. This is Your Feet's Too Big.
great. Carol Channing.
Carol Channing. You nailed it. Nailed it in one.
Did that come through? Sorry.
Yeah.
Carol Channing. Yeah.
Yeah, Carol Channing. Sorry, I'm
Great.
trying not to repeat episodes. Just, come on, there's 120 of these things.
Mummenschan.
Oh, well, this is an easy one. Let's go with Baby Driver.
Paul Simon.
Paul Simon. All right. You mustn't feel discouraged.
Buddy Rich.
Buddy Rich.
That's a great guest star song. That is in the great tradition of Muppet Show guest stars cheering a Muppet up through song.
Mm,
And in that instance, he's doing it with Beauregard. So
correct. Famous sad Muppet Beauregard.
yep.
Let's go with sorry, I'm like looking at like a list of all the songs and just picking one at random.
Okay, great.
Hey, what is Youpa Dee from? Classic Muppet Show song.
Petula Clark. That's the UK spot for Petula Clark.
Indeed, it is. All right, one more, and then we'll move on. How about we'll make it a little hard. The Moonlight Sonata.
Oh man, yeah, those Rolf.
Yeah, I will say I believe this appears two different versions in two different episodes.
For some reason, I want to say Edgar Bergen. I don't know. If
Unfortunately, no, it is not.
Or Helen Reddy. I don't know.
No. So the episode that I clicked on was the Julie Andrews episode. But apparently it also appears in the Victor Borga episode.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure. I think Victor does it himself. Doesn't he put like the bust of Beethoven to sleep?
Yes. And Fozzie Bear as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not?
Terrific. David, I'm so beyond impressed with your Muppet Show knowledge. Like, it's uncanny. I mean,
I
that's
wish I could monetize it somehow. I wish it had a use, you
look,
know?
if there was a way to monetize being a Muppet fan, we would have figured it out years
Right.
ago.
We'd be rich, Joe.
It's true. Buddy Rich.
Ah.
Nah. All right, so tell me, once the Muppet Show drops on Disney Plus on February 19th, what's the first
Mhm.
episode you're gonna watch?
Well, I think what I'm gonna do is write down all of the episodes, cut them up on little slips of paper, put them in a bowl, draw them at random. Um, I thought about doing like a chronological watch through, but I feel like that'll be a little more fun. Just kind of like because
Yeah,
you hop all over from season to season, things change. Um, because if you watch a first season episode followed by a fifth season episode, like the difference is night and day in terms of sensibility and everything like that. But actually, probably what I'm going to do the second that I can is make a beeline for the Paul Williams episode and see if the opening number, All of Me, is restored because it was cut on the season one DVDs. And if it is there, I will feel like that is a very good sign. So,
I completely
ooh,
agree. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is just look at the episode count, and if it's like
oh, yeah,
118, and then check to see, is Spike Milligan there?
yeah,
Is
is
Johnny Cash there?
Chris
Is
Langham
Chris Langham
there?
there?
Yeah.
Um, I think people, if you don't know why those episodes are problematic, you'll hopefully find out soon because hopefully they'll be there on Disney Plus.
Mhm,
But if
mhm,
not,
mhm.
well, we'll keep you updated.
Yeah,
Um, well, David, thank you so much for joining us for this. This has been a
my
blast.
pleasure.
Uh, I hope people at home,
Fun.
like, feel free to test yourself. Go on the Muppet Wiki, find their random episode button, and click it. See how much you remember. Test your friends. See if they can remember every UK spot. Man, it's just amazing. They're unrelated to the episode. How could you possibly remember these things?
I have no idea. I don't know, Joe. It's a sickness.
Well, if that's a sickness, then I hope there's no
Yeah.
cure because it's incredible.
Well,
So
thank you. This is fun. This is fun. It's
great.
a it's like my dream game show. I always I always thought that if I was ever on Jeopardy, the dream categories would be like Muppet Show episodes, musical theater, birds, Linda Lavin. Like I would clean up.
Foods at state fairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, now you've got me hungry for the state fair.
Mm, sorry about that.
That's
Uh,
okay.
but hey, Muppet Show's coming to Disney Plus February 19th, and we'll be covering it on toughpigs.com. Make sure you're following us on all the social media channels. David, is there anywhere that people can find you online on social media?
I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, but I'm limited in my online presence, I guess.
Understandable. Well, you have written a few things for us on Tough Pigs in the past, so
Mhm.
people can go and check out those articles. You wrote some great poems. You wrote some haikus years ago for
Oh
us.
God, yeah,
Yeah,
for every episode.
yeah, that was super fun because you're like our resident Muppet Show expert. So we'll keep doing more fun work with you now that the Muppet Show is going to be widely available.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Great. Thanks for watching, everybody.